Good afternoon and welcome to 3 o'clock with SAC. I'm Marisol Diaz, Communications and Digital Manager. Give me a second while I welcome our Spanish-speaking neighbors. Buenas tardes, soy Marisol Díaz, gerente de comunicaciones digitales y bienvenidos a 3 en punto con SAC. Si quieren acceso al programa en español, favor de marcar el número que aparece en la pantalla, que es 646-749-3122 y cuando le contestan la llamada, marque la contraseña que es 779-328-221. Si quieren ver episodios pasados, los pueden buscar aquí en nuestro Facebook en la sección de videos y también en YouTube. All right, now I'll go ahead and pass it over to the moderator of the day who will introduce today's topic.
Hello everyone, welcome to 3 o'clock with SAC. My name is Marlene Zaran and I am the Public Health Coordinator at the Southside Organizing Center. I'm here filling in for Maria today. Today is the Youth Day, so I'm very excited for that. I just want to let everyone know that the interpretation line is still available to those that still need it. You can find the interpretation line in the comments section. These videos can be accessed through our Facebook page. So all of the Spanish and English videos, such as this one, are uploaded to our Facebook and YouTube pages for you to watch at any time. Now that is being said, today's guest is really important. Her name is Xela Garcia. She is the candidate for the upcoming MPS school board, and we're going to be showing you guys a part of the MPS school board candidate forum. All right, everyone. Seems like we have some technical difficulties, but while we are getting that figured out, we're going to go ahead and play our Dr. Arana side effects video while our producer figures out the video that we're going to post.
Hi, everybody. We're here with Dr. Arana from 16th Street Community Health Clinic. And we're going to be talking about some of the common symptoms that might come from getting the COVID-19 vaccine today. So thank you for being with us. Do you mind sharing about some of the common symptoms that one can expect if they get the COVID-19 vaccine, and if there's any difference between symptoms from the first dose and the second dose or anything like that?
Sure. Usually with the first dose, we don't expect much of side effects. If anything, we're going to have that muscle or that arm. We get it here on the deltoid muscle, and it's going to be a little bit sore for a day or two. Beyond that, we know that some people can have mild headache or feel a little bit of body ache, but it's almost not significant after the first dose. And that's when your immune system is going to learn to recognize the spike protein, and your immune system is going to learn to create antibodies to block that spike protein. After 1 or 2 weeks, your immune system gets better at creating those antibodies. When we are due for the second dose at 21 days, we see that there's a good response. The immune system is going to react to the vaccine, and that's good. So some people can say that, yeah, the pain was a little bit more on that sore muscle on the arm, on the deltoid muscle. And some people experience chills or headaches or body aches, nothing that would stop them from daily activities or from going to work. If someone feels like the headache is too much, you can take Tylenol, acetaminophen, but most people do not need to take anything. It's other side effects or reactions. You may have heard that some people could have an allergic reaction, but that's extremely unlikely. Here at the clinic, we have not seen a case of an allergic reaction. And if that were to happen, we know that those patients respond really well to the usual treatments that we have on hand for allergic reactions. Probably you have heard about Benadryl, that's an antihistamine for allergies. So people respond to that treatment. We have not had any case of severe allergic reactions at this point, so that's good news.
Yeah, that is really good news. Thank you. And yeah, that was going to be my second question about the allergic reaction, but you answered that. So thank you so much, Dr. Arana. We are very thankful for your time.
Thank you so much. And I want to remind everyone that the vaccines are safe. We have a lot of people vaccinated already, and we are safer. Doctors and nurses here at the clinic feel safe, and they can provide a safe care for all of you. So when your time comes to get vaccinated, reach out to your doctor. Every clinic or every health system has a different system to get in line to get your vaccine.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so everyone, we're going to now share Xela Garcia's video during the MPS School Board Candidate Forum.
Thank you for that. Next up will be Paul with HAWA.
Hello, my name is Paul Vang with the Hmong American Women's Association, pronouns he, him, his. So one thing is, some of our most vulnerable young people are those who identify as LGBTQ+. These young people are also most likely to be impacted by violence, whether interpersonal or whether symbolic or domestic violence. What do you believe is the school's responsibility in making sure that these children are protected?
Thank you, Paul and Hawa, for the question. I think that it's 100% a responsibility to keep all students safe. Going back to the idea of the multiple, intersectionality of identities, when we're looking at, students of colors, and then, the fact that right now as a society, there's a lot of questioning of existence. And I think that an education environment should not be a place where folks are invalidated of who they are. Our role is to affirm, our role is to protect, and our role is to ensure that these students are just like any other student that we would care for. And, as a school board director, I would champion all, any type of initiative to ensure that rights are protected, whether that's, the usage of bathrooms, whether that's a participation in clubs. I think our duty as the adults making these decisions is to formulate safe spaces, and to push other adults to really see the importance of what validating a whole person can be.
Thank you for that response and for your question. Our next question comes from the ACLU.
Hi, I'm Hope, the youth organizer at the ACLU of Wisconsin, pronouns she, they. And my question is, what is your plan to involve the community, students, families, education workers, et cetera, in decision making? And how do you plan to ensure that their feedback and opinions will be incorporated into the decisions of the board?
Hello, Hope, and thanks ACLU for that question. I think that an integral part of at least what my hope as a board member is, when we talk about, public schools, we say that that's the cornerstone of democracy. I think that decision making is paired with that, and that decisions need to be done hand in hand, with all the folks that, this question mentions, the students, the families, education workers. I think that there is as a society, we cut ourselves short when we limit the type of folks that should be part, or who should know best as to what students need. And my hope is to, instead of making that narrow, I think that it's important to make that a wide space for folks to, participate in what that decision making can happen. I think at the root of this, when we talk about power, it's my role as a board of directors to see how that can be distributed, amongst, the communities that got me elected into this position. And that includes everything from the budgetary process. I think so we need to find ways to include the input of our community into those processes. When we talk about, program implementation, I know there's a couple initiatives that are trying to increase the participation of families. But I think right now, I was, as I was preparing, for, our conversation, I've been going through a lot of documents that, not only mention, budgets and whatnot, but really looking at ways that, when we're anticipating what MPS is going to look like, I think that the folks that we have currently need to really, we need to do a better job at incorporating just, the different stakeholders. And I say this because when we're looking at enrollment for MPS, the data shows that we're on a downward trajectory as far as numbers goes. So the only way that I think that we can really address that is to really build genuine relationship, with the families, with our community members, in ways where, then not only just because we want them enrolled in our schools, but because I think that's how you retain students. That's how you look forward to being part of, these different schools environments.
Thank you for that. I believe that we have time. We prepared 5 questions, but also left a little time if we have questions submitted from the audience or the chat. And I think Jasmine Roberson is going to pose us a question, and you'll have 2 minutes, Xela, for this one.
Awesome. Thank you. I am Jasmine, pronouns she, her. I am with Leaders Igniting Transformation. And I do have a question that was submitted to the RSVP link. So the first one is, what are your ideas on how to eradicate the school to prison to deportation pipeline?
Oh, that's a good one. All right. Thank you, Jasmine and Lynn, and the person that submitted, that question. I think that goes hand in hand with the question with, the police department, and really analyzing the partnerships that we have and what those partnerships really say about the values that we uphold as leaders. I think that as a school board director, I can't emphasize enough the prioritizing of student health, of community wellness, and that goes along, with the physical and mental well-being of our students and families, and the different systems of oppression that are interlocked, even within our education system. I think we're starting to really have a more increased awareness of what that is and the horrible impact that that has. You know, when we look at Milwaukee and how the narrative is told by folks outside of Milwaukee, you know, it tends to be a very deficit model. I think that there's a lot of strength, particularly within our families that have immigrated, you know, to this country. You know, my family immigrated to the United States, and acknowledging the fact that, you know, Milwaukee is also a place for where, you know, refugees, immigrants have a place in our society. And I think that the education system is really a way for us to validate again and find ways that we can really cut ties with any type of partnership that says otherwise. And this includes, you know, I know that MPS is a safe haven for within, you know, when we're talking about deportation. I hope that that is still something that continues to reflect, you know, the values of safe space, not only for, you know, our undocumented families and students, but, you know, throughout of, you know, everyone who makes up our community.
Thank you so much, and thanks for taking that audible question, and to Jasmine for asking it. We would just like to open it up, Xela, for you for 2 minutes for sort of your closing case or anything that we didn't ask about tonight that you want to make sure that our viewers and listeners hear. So 2 minutes for whatever extra you want to give us tonight.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, thank you for, you know, having the coordinating this and having me be a part of this conversation. One of the major things, as you know, we went through the process of me being a candidate, is the fact, you know, that this is an uncontested race, meaning that there's really no opponent that's, you know, I'm going up against. And I think that really changed the way that I'm approaching, you know, this work. And it's very much rooted in community building. So despite me not necessarily having the I guess like the competition, I think that the real competition here is how we can involve more folks, even in, you know, voter turnout. I think that's really, really important as well. And, you know, my commitment is 100%, you know, to the folks in Milwaukee. I think that my lived experience as someone who, you know, identifies as a Chicana woman who is leading, you know, an arts organization in a sector that is very predominantly white, has taught me a lot about what, you know, resilience looks like, what most importantly, define what leadership can look like. And like I said, my goal is to have more folks participate and join in what education can look like. You know, I don't have any children of my own, but, you know, throughout all of my career in nonprofit, I've worked with youth development and leadership development. And that's definitely one of the biggest focal points that I think we can, you know, work on, you know, as a school district, is really finding the ways that we can leverage, you know, the connections, you know, even among the organizations here that organize today's dialogue, to really find ways to continue to empower, and again, continue to validate and really challenge that negative deficit narrative of what Milwaukee is. You know, I'm a proud daughter of immigrants, proud bilingual person, and to me, you know, I'm here to serve. So, you know, everyone has access here to, you know, my campaign email, as well as, you know, Xela for MPS on Facebook, Instagram. Feel free to connect with me. You know, I am here to serve, you know, and that's what I want to continue to do, and do it in a way that is genuine to the community in which I grew up in.
Thank you so much, Xela. I'd just like to offer the floor to Yasmin from
All right, so that was a great interview. So now I just want to take the time to share the full interview link. You can access the full interview link on YouTube. We have the link for you guys in the comments section. And then we want to quickly share some voting information where you can vote. You can go to myvote.wisconsin.gov, and we will be putting that in the comments section as well. We did already play our COVID-19 video for today with Dr. Arana talking about the COVID vaccine, but I want to also share some quick resources for you guys. You can go to city.milwaukee.gov/COVIDvax or www.healthymke.com to register for your COVID vaccine. Governor Evers did just announce this morning that as of April 5th, the essentially Milwaukee and Wisconsin as a whole will all be eligible to get their COVID vaccine if you are 16 years and older. So April 5th, that's when that's happening. And then also another great resource for you guys is Hayat Pharmacy. You can do like COVID testing and vaccination at their Layton Avenue location. You can register to get your COVID-19 test at www.hayatrx.com. And we'll put that in the comment section for you guys as well. For our community resource today, I just want to advocate for Employ Milwaukee Earn and Learn program. You can access that program on this link that we're going to share in the comments section. It's employmilwaukee.org. And if you go into the Earn and Learn Summer Youth Employment Program, you can see that, it started in 2007 and it's designed to provide meaningful work experiences and career exposure to young adults ages 14 to 24 years old residing in Milwaukee County and the city of Milwaukee. So this whole program is in partnership with Mayor Tom Barrett of the city of Milwaukee and numerous community members and stakeholders, and it's paid earn and learn work experiences to over 40,000 young adults in the communities. So it's great. The program seeks to provide structured, well-organized, work-based learning experiences, role models that encourage youth to continue in or return to school, career assessment, awareness, and exploration as part of the learning experience, and opportunities that may lead to unsubsidized unemployment for youth, making the transition from school easier. So yeah, you guys can go onto that site and apply if any youth are interested or any parents think the youth would love to have this experience or need some experience like this. You can go to website that we just put in the link. So that being said, we do have a pre-recorded video for you guys promoting the SOC survey. But other than that, I will just say that tomorrow we have on Karina Belen Blas Rodriguez, the deputy consul. She is from the consulado, the Mexican consulado. And we also have Dr. Arana coming on, the director of pediatrics from 16th Street Clinic on Thursday. Yeah, so that's all we have coming up for the rest of the week that has been confirmed. And I hope that's it. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Has this live forum been informative and useful to you? What part of the forum could be improved or changed to make it better? Please take a quick survey that's located in the comments section so that we can keep 3 o'clock with SOC going for residents. Thank you for tuning in.